In this example, we're required to sketch these vectors on the same Cartesian coordinate plane. One thing that's different about the vectors here is that instead of being described by, the vectors are, instead of being described by their x component and y component, the vectors are being described using their magnitude and their directions. So in the first case, we're being told that the vector has a magnitude of 10 and a direction of, this should be 0, 4, 5 degrees. So the directions we're being given here are in bearing form. So I'll just rewrite this vector here. It's 10 and 0, 4, 5 degrees. So how do we sketch this first vector? Well, it has a length of 10 units, or magnitude of 10 units, and its direction is 0, 4, 5. So 0, 4, 5, so if this is the north, you know that you measure 0, 4, 5 by moving clockwise. You measure 45 degrees by moving clockwise from the, northern line. So 45 degrees would be somewhere here. So our vector will be represented by a line whose length is 10 units. So let's say we use our units as 10 centimeters, for instance, on our graph paper. The length of this line, which would be a straight line, will be 10 centimeters. But let's just write 10 for 10 units. The next vector has a magnitude of 8, let's say units, and a bearing of 120 degrees. So because it has a magnitude of 8, which is less than 10, the length of this vector will be less than the length of this vector. So what's one? How do you get a 120 degrees, 120 degrees in terms of bearings? Well, from north to east is 90 degrees. So an extra 30 degrees will give us 120 degrees. So if this is 30 degrees, then our vector is represented by this red line, whose length will be 8 units. It must be less than the length of the first vector. For the next one, the key thing here is the bearing to 40 degrees. From north to east is 90. From north to south is 180 degrees. So an extra 60 degrees will take us to our vector. The length of this vector will be 6 units. So just to make it clearer, this is 90 degrees, this is 180 degrees, this is 240 degrees. As for the last vector, this is magnitude 4 and a bearing of 330 degrees. I'll use gray for this. So 330 degrees, let's see, from north to south is 180 degrees, from north to west in the clockwise direction is 270 degrees. So an extra 60 degrees will take us to our vector. So this is 60 degrees. We know that from north to our vector is 330 degrees. This vector must have a magnitude or length of 4 units. It's as easy as this.